Yo, what is going on, ladies, gentlemen, and whatever you choose to identify as? It is your boy Cam from Tweeking Media, and we are back with another episode of our weekly nerd culture podcast, Attack on Culture. If you are new, you just clicked on this video and you're like, who are these three idiots on my screen? What am I watching? This, again, Attack on Culture, weekly podcast where we talk about things happening in the gaming industry, anime, movies, comic books, you name it. We talk about it. And so thank you once again for joining us. If you're a returning listener, highly appreciate you for showing love and continuing to watch our podcast series. Every view, every like, every comment helps us grow. So thank you in advance. I am once again joined by my two co-hosts. We got our returning Amazon Jeff Bezos. Chris, go ahead and say what's up to the people.
What's good? Even though it wasn't due to work that I missed, it was for my niece. So when it comes to her, since she's the lone and only niece, I'm gonna look out for her. But yeah, that's why I missed. But
family over podcast, always.
Hey, look, hey.
And so yeah, and we are going to be talking. We might have to censor Chris's face and his voice. Maybe have to put some robotics in there because we are going to be talking about that company in relations to something that recently happened, and we don't want anything to happen to our boy Chris. So you know what I'm saying. Bezos has an active tracker on him at all times, and he's always recording everything that he says in his transcripts. So we have to be a little bit careful when we talk about this.
Do you got a brown trench coat and newspaper hat or something like that, folks? So you can sit back, put that joint down. We put the super deep voice while you talking, folks.
Yo, we go AI dub Chris's voice. So
I think I can do that.
Hey, look, hey, no. Hold on, you probably could put the
I think CapCut allowed me to do that.
But one of the shorts, we should definitely do it. We should definitely do AI dub for like the entire short, just for the anime stuff. But I also got the boy Trail Sav. Go ahead and say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's popping, man? Another week of us talking this stuff. Very unlike any other time. This has been the most drained week for me I have ever had. Okay. We live in Chicago, for you people that don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And it has been by far the dumbest week of my life. So happy Thanksgiving to people who celebrated it last week. But Jesus.
And happy early winter.
Oh my God. I don't know. You know who I blame? I blame them crackers who be like, oh, I want a white Christmas this year. Them niggas,
we got that and more with all these inches of snow. But again, thank you all again once for joining. So we got a decent fair amount of stuff. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be our shortest episode because I say that and then we always go hours in. So I'm not gonna jinx us by saying that, but got a fair amount to talk about. We'll go talk about some things in relation to Amazon and English AI dubbing, some news on the Cyberpunk front, and we're going to be continuing on our main discussion series that we have been doing these past couple podcast episodes where we are talking about taking a retrospective look at previous Game of the Year awards and seeing if they stack up to this day. Do they deserve the nod? Do they don't deserve the nod? So on and so forth. So hopefully you guys looking forward to that. But before we get into that, real quick, like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Click on the bell icon to notify of all future updates that we make on this channel, and share this video across all your fellow nerds. Help us get to 1K subs. That is our goal for the end of this year. Also, be on the lookout for other content that we have on our channel. We have Gotcha on the Gotcha, which is a series that I do where I cover a variety of gacha games. The last video I did was in relations to Uma Musume Pretty Derby, which is one of the awards nominees for Mobile Game of the Year. So if you are in that community, you want to check the video out, be sure to check that out after you're done with this video. We also have our series that we do called Views from the Couch, which is reviews that Daytrail and I go in a little bit more depth that we can't cover in the podcast. The latest one that we did was Ghost of Yote. I know, old, but still give it a shot if you want to hear our opinions on that game. And we also have Threes from the Ring, which is our sports podcast. Chris, obviously, as you can see in the name card, is very happy. So, Chris, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what y'all talked about last week and what you get into this week.
So, technically, we took a holiday off for this past week, but this week's episode, we will go over Survivor Series pay-per-view, aka John Cena's last PLE. So, our thoughts on that. And basketball things have been going on, and plus you guys will get a very epic, delusional Bears fan rant from me because hey, number one, we are number one.
This is our year.
We also gonna go, Cena's greatest matches. Is we doing that this week?
That's next week. That will be next week.
Never mind.
They got to sort through the matches. That man it's literally 20 years of matches in, well, not 20 years, but just I got to figure out which ones we're gonna highlight.
Okay, my bad.
Are you good?
So yeah, if any of that is of interest to you, be sure to look out for that on our channel. It is under our Threes in the Ring podcast playlist. So again, check that out if you're interested. And with all that being said, let's get right into it. So again, another week. I don't have any updates as far as games that I've been playing or games that Detroit's been playing. There are some stuff coming out in December that we want to highlight, but at a later time. However, since Chris is back, Chris is kind of our resident anime guy. I watch anime, guys. Trust me, I do. But it's just I'm not as into it as I used to be when I was a young lad. But Chris has some updates. So Chris, go ahead, tell us what's new in the anime and manga world.
All right, so like we're at the tail end of the fall. I mean, yeah, this is the fall season, so we're at the tail end. So My Hero final season, they finally wrapped up the big battle. They had their big Avengers moment where Class 1A and some of the still alive functional heroes took out All for One. Yeah, All for One, pretty much. And I'm gonna be honest, it was very lackluster. Just my honest. Look, yeah, this is gonna get clipped. So hey, My Hero don't care. But compared to everything else that happened from the Iron All Might versus All for One, Bakugo versus All for One, and then even the Deku and Shiggy fight, which pretty much put everything together, being really well done, really well animated, and then the finale fight, and it just felt very lackluster. Like, yeah, you got the emotional aspect down, cool. Like, I've been giving it credit for the emotional aspect, but it felt very lackluster. I was expecting a little bit more, and I didn't get that. It was like you threw everything into the beginning, and then you said, you know what, I'm done. Like, okay, like we know he uppercutted the man and he went poof. That's literally what happened. We got the uppercut moment with the pose in credits. Now I know I didn't watch this week's episode yet because now we're in the epilogue of, oh yeah, here's the end of what happened, everything post the fight, post the war, and all of that. So I know this week's episode is based on everybody's favorite family, the Sizzle family. So get ready for that very dialogue heavy moment. Hopefully they just made it one episode. Please don't stretch this out.
What episode are we on currently right now? Episode 9 or 10?
I want to say this will be episode 8 or 9 right now. I want to say 8 or 9. So please do not stretch this out. Just this was probably one of the moments where I was like, you know what? Look, the Todoroki family, I get it. Everything was going on. This was the anime's favorite family, first family, unfortunately. But they were a piece of craps. Simple as that. So, but either way, that's that. But it was very lackluster finale fight. Let's put it that way. Compared to, like, I know we were critical in terms of Naruto, in terms of how that ended, but Sasuke versus Naruto was a raw ass fight from start to finish. And then just even Super, come on, even how Super ended. Epic fight. We were satisfied. It delivered. Even though we don't even have a manga to go back to, the manga took from the anime. And just other series in itself where we had a very epic fight, and then it ended where it just felt like, I feel satisfied after everything. That I didn't feel satisfied on. My Hero community, I know you guys are very protective of your series. I know y'all love it. I know y'all do. But G, take some criticism. It was very lackluster, G. Being real honest. Something that hasn't been lackluster, GOTY Akuta. Been really good the past few weeks. I haven't been on, so I haven't really talked about the blick down. Hey, look, y'all favorite character, Jabba, bro. That's real. He is a YN. But hey, she had to do what she had to do, man. Take that brother down.
I ain't gonna hold you. I know power scalers are in shambles right now. Because you know, power scalers love whenever a new shonen series comes out, or like whenever a new power system is introduced, their favorite thing is to go back and go like, oh, this power system against the Naruto or the One Piece or the Dragon Ball universe would absolutely, this will destroy Goku, or this would one shot or low diff Naruto. In that episode, when she literally was just like, you had this character that could like make her hair like have static electricity and stuff like that. And all it took was to defeat her. Bang, 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 bang. I know them power scalers were in shambles, bro. Because if all in that universe, you mean to tell me? This reminds me of one of my homies where we would be joking about isekais, and one of his ideas is like in another world with my AK-47. So it just reminds me like some random soldier comes in with an AK-47, he low diff in that entire universe.
Call of Duty sweat in an isekai world. Geez, a rap.
That man would just be like, "Oh, you can turn your hair into electricity. That's cool." Bang.
I will say, if for the power scaling community, I will say GOTY Akuta's way how they power system works is similar in ways. It's not as in depth and detailed like Hunter x Hunter. That's probably the closest in terms of just how to me. And once again, in Hunter x Hunter, Muzz got blicked down by an ant, by the way, and died. Oh, with that all said and done, look what that's how y'all compare, G. Simple as that. Keep it real. Hell, even in One Piece, let's be honest. If you ain't using your hockey, you can get cut by a sword or shot. Be real. Look, hey,
don't say that, bro. They go get mad.
And look, man, it is what it is. Like I said, hockey protects. But GOTY Akuta been really good. A lot of detailing on the power system, on how that works, and just the importance of like people's what's her name? Ambo? I forgot her name. Really, whatever the hell the name was, that girl's boots and Rudo's gloves, and then this dude's jacket. He just explaining like, hey, look, man, there's something special about these specific items. The Watchmen series. Thank you, Cam. Where it's just, hey, look, and I'm trying to make more, but I can't. So that, and then the fact they are literally in a trash beast, and dude trying to fly up to Rudo's home world technically, and I'm trying to pull up. So that whole situation is interesting right now. I haven't watched this week's episode yet, which came out this morning, but I get to it when I get to it. But that's been really good. And also, I want to give credit where credit is due. Jabber's English dub, even though I really don't care about English dubs like that, that dude's doing a fantastic job.
Going crazy.
If that dude doesn't get any awards for his work, that's a shame, because he's doing a great job with Jabber. I'll give credit. The English dubs are really good for that show. Like, shout out to whoever that crew, the crew over there, they doing a great job. But Jabber's doing a great job, because him doing the freestyle after he beat up Zonka, whatever dude name is, hilarious. He drugged that man up and started.
That was a funny episode, by the way. That episode was hilarious.
Like, come on, bro. But shout out to Jabber. Shout out to Survivor getting shot. Him getting shot was like, hey, bro, I really got shot. That's crazy. Real one. And also, yeah, but overall, GOTY Akuta been cool. And then just we haven't really talked about One Piece and what's been going on. If you spoiler warning, probably I would say fast forward a minute, because I'm gonna try to give a quick trial run of what's been going on in One Piece manga wise, because if you just anime only, that's unfortunate for you. But let you guys know, fast forward a minute, starting now. But One Piece has been really good. So
Shout out to Simp Valley.
Yeah. God Valley is Simp Valley, but also we learned the truth. Shout out to this man Loki, who literally was supposed to tell a story, and it led to us getting the whole God Valley conflict.
Thinking I don't think people understand this. Oh no.
Dang.
I don't think people understand this. We are in a backstory within a back. No, we're back in the original backstory.
Yes.
But a chapter ago, we was inside of a backstory within a backstory. I don't know what other manga has ever done that before, bro. But I don't even know how he's relaying this info to Luffy.
Because I'm like, bro, we're literally getting he's literally throwing all the information Mugs needed. So we got the God Valley conflict. We figured out how raw Rocks was. Rocks was legit the Bill Russell of pirates. I'll put it that way. He's the Bill Russell of pirates. Because look, man, that's the best way to describe it in terms of to me personally, Bill Russell. And you had to literally gang, and even though Bill Russell had the game, because you got to think about it. He had raw ass niggas as teammates. And you look at who was his crew, raw ass niggas who went on to do their own thing separately. But we got what really happened with that. It took Roger Garp to stop him, but that was mainly because them elder dudes pretty much took control of him and influenced them, and they had to kill him. So that's what happened with that. And then the Rocks Pirates went their own separate ways. Now, in this most recent chapter, we're getting a portion of Shanks' backstory thrown in here when he's with his brother. It took me a minute because I'm like, wait, I'm like, when I read the spoilers, it made it seem like it was present. But when I actually had to read the chapter, no, we seeing Shanks in the armor that his brother Shamrock is wearing, it with his eye cover. I'm like, gee, people are going to go insane. So One Piece is crazy right now. We're still in backstory hell, like literally Oda's information loading like crazy. But at this point, it's just telling me, look, at this point, you're covering up all things that people have been asking and questioning for, and just so we can move forward with the present, because at this point, it's looking like Elbaf, and then we're probably gonna go straight into to Laugh Tale. That's what it's looking like to me. But
I want to say this real quick. Y'all niggas been saying that since I've been watching One Piece. So I don't want to hear nobody say that. Well, we're just gonna go to Whole Cake, and then after that, we're just gonna be in Egghead Island, then Laugh Tale. Or we just gonna be this, then Laugh Tale.
Oda talking about some, bro, we're like 80% done with One Piece, trust.
I think I hate One Piece fans with a passion. I don't even think they understand how great of a show One Piece is, or how great of a manga One Piece is. I don't think they understand that. I think they love it because it's a great show to power scale. Different lot of powers, different abilities, and stuff like that.
Your show to power scale in my book.
And it is a show bred for agenda and people to have their own agendas with their own characters. But what this dude doing with that pen is insane. Anybody else would have told me, well, we need a backstory within a backstory. I would have said, cool, I'm gonna read the wiki and drop your show, because I'm not about to listen to somebody.
Or they would have been like ridiculed.
Yeah,
like another backstory, then we just get Kuma's backstory, another backstory. Like
you ain't lying. I'm just not thinking about that.
He is exposition dumping, but he's doing it in a way that's very entertaining through backstories, right? Through flashback sequences, which is a technique used in storytelling. You use flashbacks to exposition dump. And any other mangaka, any other person that would have done this, a Toriyama or a Kishimoto, would have been like, come on, you're doing too much. This is why I say, we say this when it comes to, this is my hot take. We say this when it comes to like fighting games, when it comes to like a fighting game comes out and they release all this DLC in the fighting game community is like, it's content. And we say like, well, fighting games can get away with murder. One Piece, Oda can get away with murder because his fan base is loyal. They will, whatever he does that other people do, they'll say that he does it, but he does it and he's not like the other girls. I'm just using that same. I'm not saying he's a girl for people who know. But that's just it. I still love One Piece, so I know One Piece fans go come at me. But hey, I'm serious, bro. Y'all ODR.
You right.
I
I ain't gonna hold you. Wait, I've been saying that since the beginning, so I want niggas to know that. I hated the One Piece fan base since the beginning. I want niggas to know that, okay? And I love the show. I think One Piece is amazing. I hated you niggas from day
your fan base is one of the worst, probably the worst of all anime communities, in my personal opinion. And it's only obvious because you got big size.
I came in my noggin on the. Let me know when it's a slow week. We go bracket fan base, bro.
Tier
Oh,
list
gee, and I've
anime
been put that on the list. Yeah, look.
I'm throwing Overwatch niggas in there.
Spoiler alert: One Piece fans, you're in the top 3.
It might be
fans get their own bracket, G.
It might be One Piece, Overwatch niggas, and maybe fighting game niggas, bro. They might be a battle royale between them 3 niggas, bro.
Oh yeah.
You gotta put them in separate parts of the bracket, G.
But I think is that it as far as updates are, Chris?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, look, I'm watching stuff, but it ain't nothing worth substantial to talk about, man. So we can go ahead.
We'll talk about it at if we do a potential fall anime season wrap up and previewing the winter season of anime.
And that winter season is crazy.
So yeah, if any of the things that Chris talked about as far as anime, if you've been tuning into it, watching it, let us know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. And moving on, let's get right into the news. So first things first, this is the part of the if we were like really good like at editing, or we had like a full-time editor, I would have him basically censor Chris, and for the rest of this particular part of the section of this podcast, Chris would be dubbed in AI. But Amazon has been in a bit of controversy lately. I mean, what's new? It's Amazon. But they have been caught using AI dubbing for English dubs of some pretty well-received anime. The first thing obviously being Banana Fish, but the news has also broken out that they have been doing it for, I believe, Vinland Saga and No Game, No Life. So I'm gonna let Chris Cook, being our fellow Amazon representative, and since he's the one who broke the news out to us first, to give his thoughts, and then Detroit and I will give our thoughts later. So go ahead and cook, Chris.
All right. So how I came upon this was yesterday, while I was at work. I'm surprised it popped up while I was at work. So y'all fail. But either who, the anime community is pretty triggered by it. Especially when I saw the first clip from Banana Fish, because for one, I think I watched Banana Fish when we first started this podcast.
It came out 8 years ago.
It shows how long we've been doing this podcast. But but either way, I didn't know that never got an English dub this whole time. I never knew. Amazon said screw it. Oh, they probably had this planned out. But to do it with an anime that been out for over 8 years now, and you just say, we're going to subtly here's your English dub. And it's nothing but AI BS. It sounded so lifeless. It sounded so impure. It didn't sound like put effort into it. Like they use legit low-level AI.
There's intern Kun was at the studio, typed in a couple prompts into Chat GPT and let it do the rest of the work.
Well, they hired after the interview process, they was like, yeah, man, we're gonna have you working on like the dub for translations, the English translations for Banana Fish. And he was like, cool, man, I can't wait. So what type of actors you want me to get? Nah, bro, I want you to go to Chat GPT. I want you to take that script and tell her to read it out for me.
Literally.
And just put like, do it in a
male voice.
Do this
male voice,
right?
Black male voice.
Female voice 2, old man voice 53. And then put that and release it on Amazon Prime, please. Thank you.
And I bet the niggas ain't people gonna hate this? Yeah, nigga. Who cares?
We don't care.
Who gonna stop me?
They're not going to unsubscribe.
They're not.
That's what it is.
That is the funny thing about this entire situation is that like this really just does like this is just the type of capitalistic society that we live in where we're just outraged by these mega corporations and like, you know, again, like I said, I forgot which one I said this in relations to, where it's like we do the voice but not the action when it comes to like boycotting or speaking out against when something wrongly happens, because it's like there's only so much your 1 million like 100K retweet Twitter post, your Discord community, your subreddit community, or your 100,000 view YouTube video can do as far as people going like, AI dubbing is bad. But it's like, if you really want to hurt Amazon's pocket, if you really want to actually speak out and like actually change something about this, then like you would unsubscribe from Amazon Prime. But you're not doing that because you love those delivery benefits. You're never going to unsubscribe from Amazon Prime.
No, you're not. You
and another thing that
I want to watch anime on there.
And then another thing too that people are going to do is it is the same thing like what happened with the Velma situation. Was like you're gonna hate watch the show, and hate watching does absolutely nothing. Like in fact, it would only encourage Amazon to continue to promote and subtly release English AI dub of shows that have not received an official English dub yet. So it sucks. And I know some people are listening to this like, oh, so you're defending Amazon. It's like, no, I'm not defending Amazon. I am, as much as I am into technology, I am like I'm probably the most anti-AI person you'll ever meet in your entire life. I think that AI as a tool to check work, to maybe familiarize yourself with a process or procedure, I think is fine. But when you cross that line into creative medium to replace the human spirit, to replace human imagination and creativity, that's when it's like, no, I don't want AI in this. And like there are very voice acting in and of itself is already such a sleazy industry just because of how a lot of things that are going on when it comes to them trying to use AI to not only just replace voice, but like literally take their voices. So like you have like a Troy Baker or a Laura Bailey, but they want to use AI to basically just replicate their voices and put them into projects that they're not even a part of and not even pay them for that. They're trying to take on initiatives like that. They're trying to like utilize AI, and also voice acting in and of itself is not a very well, like some of your well-known voice actors, yes, they're probably some in dough, but like even some of your favorites in the English dub community are not like paid a lot of money to do the work that they do, even though they do it very well. So the industry is already kind of in a very volatile state right now. And then you have Amazon and obviously people are going like, well, you know, why banana fish? Why? Because it's small.
It's small and it's old.
Yeah, you're not gonna see them do it to a Demon Slayer or a My Hero because the fallout would be absolutely substantial. So they're gonna do it, and what they're doing right now, and the reason why they're doing it is testing. This is the testing the water phase. This is the what can we get away with? You've seen it with loot boxes, you've seen it with season passes, you've seen it with microtransactions. They're doing it to get you familiar with it, to get you to accept it. So that way they can do it to much larger animes in the future, because at the end of the day, a mega corporation's goal is their wet dream utopia is to replace everything with AI. If they could get it to where they don't have to pay anybody anything and they could just keep suckling in all the money for executive leadership and shareholders, then they'll do it. But let me get off my socialism hot box. I'll pass it back to you, Chris and Datro.
Datro, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think Cam summed it up like well, especially in the beginning when he just said, the reasons to use it. I think we're using machinery to well, not even machinery at this point, using artificial intelligence to try to replicate emotion is never going to work. It is not. The only thing it is going to bait dumb people. When people try to use like Sora to either raise hate or to try to, use it to platform their ideas, smart people be like, dude, we know it's Sora.
It's AI.
And then the dumb people in the comment section be like, oh, bro, I'm cooked when I get older. You cook now, brother.
I can't believe Martin Luther King Jr. said that.
Like, stupid. So, like, I think anytime you try to replace people to boost profit margins, it's never going to work. It's just not. And to be completely honest with you, I just think it's bogus. AI can be helpful for things.
Very helpful.
You know what I mean? Like when it's things that we personally can't do. Like if there was an AI to track somebody, getting cancer before it happened, fire, bruv. If there was reasons AI can be real advancements in, this world, yes. But most people using AI just to be either get more money and or just to, do people dirty. Like
not do any work, period.
you think to yourself, if AI get to this point in which they use that for dispatchers to send police in places and stuff like that, you think a person getting stabbed up going to want to talk to an AI automated system?
Hello, what can I assist you with? I'm currently getting stabbed. Please send help. Oh, okay. Please tell me your location. You're supposed to know my location. Send help. Understood. Help will arrive shortly. Like
AI can replicate it, brother. It can't replicate it, and it can't replicate a human. No matter how hard it tries, no matter how many prompts you put in there, it will never be a human. It will always sound like a person with no soul. So it is going to be a bubble that pops because eventually people are just going to get tired of seeing AI. It's going to be like, what's the point? And at the end of the day, it's going to be what's the point? Because there's things that you just can't replace. And art is one of them. It is. Now, if you want to talk about if you try to make a logo or something for your company, cool. AI the hell out of that. Even though it'd be better to pay a graphic designer, go ahead, AI. But when you're trying to create like a video game, a TV show, or replicate something, it will never be good. It just won't be good. People will find out off the bat of like, that's AI automatically. So, and AI niggas got soldiers. So it's like talking to a rock when you try to talk to a nigga how bad AI is.
There's no point because there is a lot of people inherently in this world. I'll end off with, I want to also, this just reminded me of something else that I want to put on the news that's relevant to this AI dubbing stuff. But like people on the internet, like there are a lot of people who just are celebrating this AI dubbing because they may not like a particular voice actor or voice actress. So they're like, oh, AI can potentially replace you because you suck. I remember I heard you this one time in this video game or this anime or this TV show, or whatever. And you have people who are just acting in bad faith going like, oh, well, I hope AI dub is successful so that you're out of a job. And it's like people like that, you know what I'm saying? They live on the internet and all they do is consume their Reddit post, and hopefully they get promoted to being a mod on Redditor or their favorite VTuber. VTuber calls them Onichan. So those losers can go off somewhere. But speaking of AI dubbing, this news story did break out fairly recently, and it's since we are talking about AI, Square Enix is potentially talking about replacing their entire QA department utilizing AI. Yikes. So they want all of their future games to be quality assurance. So if you don't know what QA is, quality assurance testing, basically you're checking a product for bugs, potential glitches, or whatever before it ships out. It's a very important part of the development process. I have been in it. If you've ever heard of like waterfall or anything, those type of agile development methods, QA testing is a very integral portion of that. So Square wants to replace all of that with AI. So you're gonna get a Final Fantasy VII Reunion, Dragon Quest 12, all these other future Square Enix games that have been properly tested what they want to. They're in talks with it, but that's something that they are really promoting and that they want to accomplish. And here's because I was thinking about that, and I'm just like, at this point, you're still going to end up wasting more money and resources than just hiring human staff to do it. Because one thing you have to understand about when it comes to utilizing AI is that people have to program it. So you have to hire people, competent people, to properly program and prompt your AI. You also have to have them continuously, because technology advances, methods advance. So when it comes to stuff like a quality assurance or anything like that, from a development standpoint, processes change. So you have to hire people to update the code, update the prompts. And then you also have to have people who check the work. So say, for instance, the AI does check. Let's use Final Fantasy VII Reunion as an example. When Cloud jumps, does he do a weird T-pose? And the AI goes, no, when Cloud jumps, he does not do a weird T-pose. But then when you go back and the human checks it, oh, come to find out, when Cloud jumps, he does a weird T-pose. So you have to check, you have to hire humans to check the work that the AI did. So you'll never have a utopian wet dream scenario where you just have AI doing because you have to still have the human factor involved in all steps of the process. There's never a scenario where you're just going to be like, AI does everything. You have to have that human factor. So that kind of also relates to the Amazon stuff too, where it's like, you can tell that there was not a lot of human factor in them checking, because any human, unless they're getting paid a lot of money to ignore it, which they aren't, is not going to listen to that banana fish dub and go like, yes, this is perfectly acceptable for us to release it on the Amazon Prime Video platform. So, a whole lot of nonsense in the AI department. Again, like I said, I am, as much as I'm involved in technology and I love keeping track of things that happen in that space, I'm very anti-AI when it comes to crossing that red line. And Amazon, you cross that red line and y'all some goofies. I'm speaking specifically for me. I'm not speaking on Chris's behalf, so don't punish him, Jeff Bezos. But let us know your thoughts in the comment sections down below, what you think about all this stuff involving AI shenanigans, and let us move on to the next piece of news. Chris, I'll let you take this. What's happening in the gaming space? Because I think you put this on.
So Cyberpunk 2 has been officially announced to be in full development. Now, of course, we know full well we're probably not seeing this game until 2028, 2029, according based on what I've heard. But either way, shout out to CD Projekt Red, because I believe Witcher 4 is already actively in development as well. So, but
did they ever say what time slot Witcher 4 is slated to release yet?
Daytra, I thought you guys might know better than me.
Daytra, you're
on
muted, Daytra.
I'm sorry, I don't want the noise from where I'm at to hit the podcast. My bad. But it should be, if it's not next year, it's the year after that. But we will know at the Game Awards, to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. 100%.
But CD Projekt Red definitely said you won't see this game before 2028. So with that said, this will definitely be in develop more for PS6 if there's a new Xbox in y'all Steam machines by then. So hey, but either way, slight rumors, everybody's saying will be based around Chicago, which if that's true, really dope, because hey, we're all Chicago born and bred here on this podcast. So I would love I'm curious to see Cyberpunk in a Chicago type of landscape.
Future dystopian.
Yeah, dystopian Chicago, because that would be hilarious. And especially if I could find certain little, like downtown be fun, but hey, we need the south side, and I want the west side to look like truly the west side of a bunch of vacant lots. So I'm looking for accuracy here, people. I don't care what time frame it is. I want accuracy. So, but either way, shout out to CD Projekt Red. They working hard. So shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely working hard.
So yeah, there you have it. If you are looking forward to a Cyberpunk 2, what are your theories as to what it may potentially be about? Maybe if you want to see some returning characters, let us know in the comment section down below. And so light news section type, but it is what it is. So we gonna move on to our main discussion to cap things off. So again, we have throughout these past couple episodes, we've been taking a retrospective look at the previous game of the year as we're gearing up for I second week of December. Let me make sure I'm a little bit more precise. I believe it is the
11th.
So second week of December, Thursday, where the Game Awards kicks off. We're going to be doing looking back and seeing it, particularly for 2020 and 2021. Last episode we did 2019 and 2018. So let us look. So I have 2020 up. So again, we'll talk about some other stuff, but mainly we're just pointing out the Game of the Year award. So the nominees for the 2020 Game of the Year were The Last of Us Part 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hades. Now, this was let's lead off this discussion. It was a very stacked year. It was a very good year in gaming.
This was also the last year of my prime gaming years. I'm dead.
This marked the washing of Chris.
This was literally the last year.
But this was a very controversial Game of the Year award, particularly because the winner was The Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 2 was a very controversial game release when it came out. Yep. You either really loved the game or you really hated the game. There was a lot of divide between the community when it came out. There was obviously a lot of the anti-woke crowd nonsense and stuff going on in regards to that. But there was a lot of people that, like, leading up to the Game Awards was like essentially kind of the conversation we're having right now in regards to Expedition 33, where it's like, Last of Us 2 swept a lot of awards. It went great. And it, again, very great year, very controversial Game of the Year award. So I'll start by saying I did not play Last of Us Part 2. I've never played the Last of Us series. I'm just not interested in it. I know it's good. So before anybody goes like, oh, I get it. Your game is really good. So for the Last of Us community, I know. Let me pat you on the head and calm you down. Your game is good. I just didn't play it. But do I think it deserves it? Upon watching a lot of people at the time and even now, funnily enough, I was talking to my god brother who is in college right now, and he's saying that, like, yeah, because he plays a lot of multiplayer games, but in college he's talking about, like, I play a lot of single player games. I don't have time to play multiplayer games. And he's currently playing through The Last of Us Part 2, and he loves it. So a lot of people who have actually played The Last of Us Part 2 have singed its praises to the mountaintops. So I think, if you ask me personally, do I think that The Last of Us Part 2 at the time and even now deserves an award? I would say yes. I think it deserves an award. Now, back then, I really didn't care about the Game Awards. I mean, I still don't, but this is back when I really didn't care. If you ask me personally, I would have given the nod to 7 Remake or Hades, because both of those games were really, really good. But I think Last of Us 2 deserves it. I'll let Daytrill, because Daytrill actually played Last of Us Part 2, so I'll let him speak. What are your thoughts on this award?
Looking back at 2020, I think even me, I was in the same boat with you, Cam. Like, I did not really care about the Game Awards as much as everybody else did. And I also really wasn't a Last of Us fan like everybody else was. But I didn't hate the game, right? I laughed when it lost. I mean, when it won everything and people were so angry. I laughed, but I didn't hate the game, right? And I think a lot of people who hated the game didn't play it. And I'm not saying everybody who played it loved it, but I think a lot of people who hated the game didn't play it. They spoiled themselves when they was on Twitter, and the game
got leaked the game got leaked a couple months before it came out, and the big thing being Joel's death, and how he died was a part of the big leaks, and that left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth leading up to the game's release.
And I think that made people automatically be like, well, I can't like this game, right? And to that, I say, LOL. I think for sure Last of Us 2020, Last of Us 2, I'm going to say 2020. I think for sure Last of Us 2 is the game of the year that year. I think that game is now pretty much, I was gonna say underrated, but the amount of times PlayStation re-released that game,
I feel like it's
couldn't
a
say
little
that.
bit of revisionist history now,
Yeah.
where like a lot of people are like, no, Last of Us 2 was a good game,
Yeah,
but they don't
and
remember when it came out.
people got their panties in a bunch. That's just all it is. It sparked, what gaming conversation is now. Because I don't know if people know it, but this Game of the Year award in 2020 started people caring about who won Game of the Year.
Really caring.
Nobody cared.
Wasn't that deep?
It wasn't that deep. But Last of Us winning, people cared, bro. And now every time we get a Game of the Year or nominations, either they say that game is mid or Sony bought out Jeff Keighley. And
It's just hilarious.
It's so stupid. Last of Us is a great game. I remember playing that and being like, you know what? Because I bought it when it was on sale or something like that. And my homie Beans, we got to get Beans on the podcast one day because we talk about dude a lot, me and Kel, through our reviews.
Yeah.
But we got to get Beans on the podcast. But I talked to it with Beans, and Beans told me to buy it. I bought it, and I was like, dang, this game is flames. And it's a game that makes you think. It's a revenge story. Guess what else was a revenge story? Ghost of Tsushima, the game that everybody wanted to win at that time. So,
and I'm telling you, as someone who's played Ghost of, as people on the podcast, we've done a review of Yote. Ghost of Tsushima did not deserve. My hot take is I don't even think it deserved the nod for Game of the Year.
Ghost of Tsushima that year reminds me of Wukong, of people saying, "Oh, if that game
Wukong
didn't come out,
win Game of the Year." Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If Last of Us 2 didn't exist and it was just a record of games, Final Fantasy VII probably would have won Game of the Year.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It was
like
if Final Fantasy VII didn't exist, it would have won Game of the Year. And so on and so forth until we got to Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima was a good game, but it was nothing. In my opinion, it wasn't anything like, oh my god, this needs to win.
It is baby's first single player game, bro. That's what it is. It's baby's first single player game. Just like Spider-Man, baby's first single player game. I finally got off, and there's nothing wrong with if you only play sports games and stuff like that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But I finally got off of playing sports games or having nostalgia bonus for San Andreas and GTA 3. I finally played a different game in a different genre. And you absolutely love it. It popped your gaming cherry. That's perfectly fine. But Last of Us 2, critically, which you got to think of, because thinking of a game critically and not just saying, oh, the game is mid, it's two different things. Last of Us 2 was a banger. Even when Joel got bodied by that 9-iron, I loved the game even more after that. So, it's amazing, man. It's like, and to end off with this, and then Chris, you can go how you ever feel about the game. Abby, the thing people hated the most, she is the best part of Last of Us 2. By far the best part of that game. Even when she getting rammed in that boat. That's probably the only thing bad about that game is her getting literally dog walked in that boat, and not by no zombies. Not by no zombies.
Yeah, I don't know why they felt the need to include that. I guess they were just like, we want mature audiences. Sexy.
But besides the Abby back shots, she is the best part of that game. Like, I ain't never seen a woman chin check a nigga like that, bro. Like, she be chin checking niggas, bro. And it's such a good game, bro. I platinumed it. I played it like 3 times. It's a really good game. So,
yeah. But me going back, it deserved it. Like, I'm not the biggest Last of Us fan. I'm similar to Cam. Like, I played the first one, never played the second one. But I know it is a great game. It's one of those titles where you gotta look at it like the Oscars, G. Sometimes you will have that commercial thing. Like, I'm okay, this is gonna offend people. I might be offending people on this episode. It's how people want Sinners to be movie of the year, but it's quite a few better movies than Sinners this year that came out. I'm not gonna say look, man, look.
He may have a point. I'm gonna have because I watched.
And Cam has seen movies.
I watch a lot of movies.
Cam has seen movies.
Dang near every podcast episode, I'm talking about a movie review that I went to go see. I have to think. He makes a point. I kind of agree with him. I get where he's saying. However, it's probably still like top 3.
It like I said, and that's Ghost of Tsushima. It's top 3, top 4, top 5, depending. Sinners, it could be top 5, but is it better than? No. Is it now? Literally, that's how you got to look at it. Last of Us was just that damn good. It was just that damn good. Ghost of Tsushima, it was good, but it wasn't amazing. And that's the difference. That's what separates. Ghost of Tsushima had the great art direction, and I think that's what really cleared it compared to what you see at look. But you know, people gonna look at how they want to look at it, because regardless, the game beat the critics and it's woke, and then you had this female Brock Lesnar kill my hero Joel and stuff like that. Tough titty, and you had to watch it in live action too. Deal with it. But they remake the game.
You can get your revenge this year because all those adaptations don't deserve it. None of those adaptations on that list, including Last of Us Part 2, deserve the nod. They were all mid to trash.
No. But either way, it deserved it. And even then, like Cam or Datro said, it would have been Final Fantasy.
It would not have been Ghost of Tsushima.
It would. I'm sorry, because I think I was saying it should be Final Fantasy, but more because I actually sat and played Final Fantasy.
You probably even would have been Final Fantasy. 90% chance it probably would have been Hades.
It would have been.
And honestly, no, that is.
I feel like no, it would have been Doom Eternal.
It would have been like I think
Doom Eternal.
If it was this time, if we're in the world we are in now, Hades will win no matter what, and everybody will be mad.
No,
Hades would have won for sure.
If this Hades would have won, everybody been mad. Be like, what the fuck is this? But people just got to be accepting. G, it is what it is.
I feel so sorry for the Ghost community though, man, because they're going through it again this year. Because there's so many people who wanted Ghost of Yotei.
And look,
there's a lot of people this year. Like I've been looking at some like TikToks and like some stuff on social media where there's a lot of people who are mad that Ghost of Yotei did not get the nod for Game of the Year this year. And I'm just like, dog, as much as we did a review, we loved Ghost of Yotei. That game was not getting no nod. It's a good game, but it ain't touching what's on that list. It's just not.
I think another thing people got to realize when it comes to this Game of the Year conversation stuff is that when you're looking at a Game of the Year, it has to hit every point of what makes a game. It has to be good and or great. It can't be good, mediocre, and it has to be graphics, great, gameplay, great, story, great, character, great.
Voice acting.
Unfortunately, and I want to say this, unfortunately, the story, second half of Ghost of Yotei was lackluster. And her character on the second half of that game was lackluster. Still a great game.
Not to mention the repetitive nature of the open worldness of the game.
Yeah, open world. It was
so yeah, we all
but
good.
Like, yeah, I had a text, but like, I think let's go to the next one because I want to. Let's go to the next one.
All right, so let us know. Also, this was the year, so I think this in the next year, I want to say this was like my oh crap, I didn't know that this game would get the nod. I'm glad it did. This is the only one that I was mad at. Was best narrative. Last of Us Part 2 won this. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, which was my personal. So in 2020, this was like the sleep. I remember I had bought this. I bought this game just because I was like, you know what, let me just try it out. And it was I was like, holy crap, this is the best game I played this year, and it was my personal game of the year. And so when I saw that it got the
I was on the Switch, right?
No, it was on PlayStation. It was on all consoles. It was multi-plat. So when I saw I got the nod for best narrative, I was like, oh, somebody at that show knows ball. Listen. This is the only time you'll get me impassioned or truly caring about the Game Awards in terms of previous entries. The Last of Us Part 2, no, absolutely not. I don't care about your revenge story. I don't care about Ellie's descent into madness or whatever. Nothing beats 13 Sentinels. Aegis had the best. And I told you I didn't play Last of Us Part 2, but I watched someone play it and I watched the entire story. No way. Absolutely not. Last of Us Part 2 did not deserve that award. That was a Sony paid Jeff Keighley moment, in my opinion. Because no, it did not deserve that award. 13. If you have not played the game, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is such a great, especially if you're a fan of sci-fi, and like existentialism and like things of that nature. It is such a great game. You will love it. That's it. That's my TED talk. Moving on to 2021. So this is
is this the bad one?
This is what I call, look, we're going through a change.
Oh,
this was a rough year.
So this is the filler year. Got it. This is the filler year.
This is post PS.
This is the filler year. This is the year that, like, truly, I don't see how anybody could care. Not to, again, we're not trying to lessen, because so this year the nominees were It Takes Two, Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, okay, and Resident Evil Village. So It Takes Two won. Not to let, because It Takes Two was it's a great couples game too. So like if you got a shorty, whatever, whoever your significant other is, a lot of people in our friend group who have significant others have played the game together, and they very much enjoyed their time playing it. So not to say that game did not deserve that award, but my God, is a so.
Hey, can I be real? Because look, got factor in this. Cyberpunk came out this year. Cyberpunk was functional. It would have won.
No. This was
functional.
No, this was
pre-patch.
This was
pre-patch.
This was pre.
It was pre-patch because I'm looking at the
pre-
nominees.
I think this is also pre Edge Runners, right?
Yeah.
This is pre everything because it's nominated for best score. So
I mean,
Cyberpunk.
If we're talking like if we were saying like the states of Cyberpunk, to me, Cyberpunk truly felt like a game post Edge Runners. It felt like a good game post Edge Runners, and it felt like a great game post Liberty City, Phantom Liberty. At the moment of where we're talking about in the game, no, absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely not.
If it was functioning,
it absolutely does not deserve.
Let me even throw it in layman's terms. In retrospect, the greatest game that came out in 2021 is Cyberpunk.
Was Cyberpunk for sure?
Was Cyberpunk?
Okay.
But at that time, Cyberpunk was Ben Simmons, bro. No bat. It was the Ben Simmons of gaming, bro. So much potential just to have a bad back, bro. Like,
everything.
I don't think Chris don't understand.
This Cyberpunk. What do you mean I don't understand?
It's personal to me and Cam, bro. We was in the trenches together, bro, playing that game, G.
Brother.
It killed my passion for gaming, G. It killed my PlayStation. Y'all keep forgetting.
When we reviewed Cyberpunk, when we sat there and reviewed Cyberpunk, I literally said, for every 10 crashes I have, I'm taking a point away from the game. I think I got like what 30 something like times the game was like, yeah, you're going back to the menu, and I still played that game.
It was like a trap, bro. It was literally like a Venus flytrap, folks. I'm like, I know I'm in some crap, but it feels so good, folks.
Diamond in the rough, in the purest sense, diamond in the rough.
Like it really, when I say if Cyberpunk as it is now against those games, Cyberpunk would have held the record for most wins in that year.
Would have
swept everything, bro. Best RPG, game of the year, best score. V's female voice actor and male voice actor would have been in best performances. It would have beat everybody, bro. But unfortunately,
at its release, no.
But I want to get back to the nominations. I'm gonna be that guy. 2021 game of the year, they got it wrong, folks. I'm gonna be that guy, G.
Oh, you don't think It Takes Two?
It's not It Takes Two, bro. It was too many bangers that was also there that it couldn't be It Takes Two. One, Resident Evil Village was really good. I think if you look at it, it was better than It Takes Two. Now, there's another game I'm thinking of. Say the nominees again, Cam.
Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's it. Resident Evil Village.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and second Psychonauts 2. Guaranteed bangers. Platformers, bro. Them two games. Ask the Xbox niggas about Psychonauts, bro.
Oh yeah,
that game is dang near perfect, bro. And then ask the PlayStation niggas about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Down to PS5 in that
That's the only thing we had.
other than probably Astrobot, when you thinking of like cartoony 3D animation graphics, Ratchet and Clank is still killing them niggas, bro. Yep. Like what that thing did with the power, it's still one of the few games that pushes this freaking hunk of junk that we have, bro. This PS5, G. Not even many games still try to push the boundaries of the system. Ratchet and Clank did with no loading screens. So like,
I personally,
I had to think about
my hot take is, I personally don't think Ratchet and Clank deserves to be on there because the game is good. Don't get me wrong, but again, we talk about game of the year material, and everything has to be perfect. One, that story was. Two, the characters, even some of the new characters that they introduced was not good, bro. Like I'm playing through the game, like I was like, okay, the gameplay as a platformer and stuff is amazing. And I know some people go, oh, but Astrobot doesn't really have. Astrobot never emphasized really having a story. It just did everything else so fantastically, perfectly well that you could have. But like with Ratchet and Clank, it's a Ratchet. You're expecting something. You're expecting a story from Ratchet and Clank, and to me, it didn't deliver on that. I felt like the dialogue was so bad. I'm sorry, that dialogue for Ratchet and Clank was essentially like there's a conflict, and like 3 seconds later, just like, no, it's okay. We're best friends. Let's go save the world. Like it's just like there's no stakes or anything like that. So personally, I know a lot of people. I'm gonna get a lot of flack from PlayStation people. I'm sorry. I don't think the game deserves that nod for Game of the Year that year. I think it was. I think it was a Ghost of Tsushima. We got to put something on here for PlayStation. So put Ratchet and Clank on there.
It feels more the type of year.
Put something on because again, I mean, I don't think the game also did, but Returnal also came out that year. That was pretty good. I don't think it deserved it.
Wait, Returnal didn't get the nod that year?
No.
For Game of the Year, no. And I don't think it deserves it, to be honest.
You don't think Returnal deserved it? I think
Returnal's a good game. Don't get me wrong. Returnal is a great game, but if we're talking like it's like if you gave me a choice of like, I'm going to put these two roguelikes in front of you. I'm going to put Hades 2. I'm going to put Returnal. I'm going to, or Hades or Hades 2 or Returnal. I'm picking Hades all the way through because whereas Hades is a great roguelike in the sense of like you have, there's a challenge, but there's a fair challenge. Returnal, for those who played Returnal, you know this. Returnal is like those first two areas are solid. And then for some reason, the game just decides to go, yeah, everything that you learned in those first two areas, yeah, throw that out the window. Because this third area, everything just pretty much one-shots you. Like that third area was unbearable to play through. Like I hate it was so bad. So I know Sony people can get mad at us. I just this year the exclusives that came out for Sony were good, but to me, they weren't Game of the Year worthy.
I can't believe, looking back, I can't believe it didn't get a nod. My nigga Deathloop on there. I can't believe it didn't get a nod on there.
Deathloop was the foreshadowing of we see the direction that Xbox is heading. So let's give them some flowers for this year.
Even though that was a PS5 game.
Deathloop was
this was post acquisition. Like Deathloop was exclusive.
It was exclusive.
It was a timed exclusive, and then they acquired Bethesda.
Oh, yeah. They saw the direction that Bethesda was heading in, and they decided to give it the final nod because Deathloop does not deserve to be on there at all.
And as someone who played it was like how Cam feels about Ratchet & Clank. That's how I feel about Deathloop. As someone who played it, it's a good game. Actually, the dialogue is amazing. But it was a good game. G. Simple as that.
A lot of these games are good games, but if you stack them up against any other year, they're not getting the nod.
It gets slapped.
It's just not. It Takes Two is a good game, not getting the nod. Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank, even Resident Evil Village. Any other year, they're not getting the nod.
It was like I keep saying, this is a transitional year. You're going from PS4 to PS5, whatever the hell Xbox got going on. That's literally, it was a slow year. This is a very extremely slow year.
Not to say that there weren't any good games that came out.
It was solid, good
games that came out, but we're talking about if you're comparing this to what we talked about in the previous discussion videos, just in my personal opinion, none of these games really stack up to a lot of the other competition. But that's just my thoughts. Daytrail, Chris, y'all got anything that?
No, it's a transitional year. It's like, how can I put this? It's like wrestling when you had Dolph Ziggler as the world champion. G, it's like, all right, but we waited for Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins to get to take over. That's what this year was. It's like, why he champ? But you got them too early, man.
It's a nice little Chicago decent year. It's a Chicago decent year. You know what I'm saying?
Chicago decent good, bro. It's just a regular decent. It's a New York decent, man. It's a New York decent. It's like
it's like you look back at this year and you're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because when you look at it, like any of them could have won, but it's just like any other year, hell no. That's why I'm saying it's a hot take. But if Cyberpunk was functionable, like post Edge Runners functionable, it would have won. It would have been nominated.
Yeah, I agree with that. If this is like Phantom Liberty release, then yeah, it would have swept. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section as well. Do you agree with us in regards to the 2020 and also the 2021 Game of the Year retrospective? Do you think the games that do you think The Last of Us deserve 2020? Do you think It Takes Two deserve 2021? And what about some other games that came out during that year that you think deserved the nod better?
And y'all better not say 2K. That's not the hell y'all.
Hey, I forgot to say it. When we was doing 2015. I was like, yo, that's when 2K16 came out. I probably got a nod. I probably should got a nod back then.
Man, I was 2K, G. That was one of the
That was the last great 2K in my opinion.
Well, it is what it is, man. It's gonna take. Honestly, it'll take a miracle because I actually had this conversation again. I had another conversation with my guy, but it's gonna take a miracle because he was asking me do you think there'll ever be a day where a sports game gets the nod for Game of the Year? And I was like, it take a miracle. And that miracle basically the NFL for some reason getting rid of that exclusive contract with EA in regards to making sports games. Same thing with 2K when it comes to
2K
basketball.
Don't really have it. It's just EA just don't want to do it.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, basically the current juggernauts in terms of the sports simulation games, they're never going to be able to get the nod ever. It has to be an actual studio, an indie developer or something along those lines that can take those reins and actually truly deliver you a great sports experience that just transcends all other sports experiences to ever get the nod for Game of the Year for a sports game. But the current way we're at right now with the Madden 2Ks, and they don't call it FIFA anymore, whatever they call it, No, it'll never happen.
It's never gonna happen. Like just as a former sports games is in the box is in the hellhole because of microtransactions, and also
you guys just like me, like what I do. Y'all play gotcha games. It's just the difference. The difference is
annual gotcha game.
The difference is y'all pay $60 for it. Mine's is free.
$70, $80 now, Cam. Shoot. And thing is, if you could imagine how much they invest for my team, I forgot what it's called on Madden and
Ultimate Team and Madden.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called on Madden, and I think Madden's worse when it comes to it. And plus online play for 2K and look, man. Checks, balance it. That's why they're like, we'll never take a year off. Why?
No need to.
That'll be the only way. They will have to take a year off. Put a lot of love into it. Don't ignore the online community. That'll be the key. You have to ignore the online community and actually develop a game based on actual 5-on-5 for basketball, 11-on-11 for football, and actually listen to people who at least have a love for the game, both games, and not just, I want to be able to, on 2K, make a Wemby build and shoot all the threes in the world and nobody can block my shot. Issue number one on that game. What was an issue? Madden. People just want to have broken characters. That's literally what it is. Broken characters. And also that freaking throwing system is stupid as hell. Get rid of it. Because that broke the game in itself to me was that throwing system. But hey, what do I know? As a former sports junkie myself, what do I know?
Yeah, so that's another thing. Yeah, comment down below. What do you think? I think this would be an interesting discussion. What do you think would take for a sports game to get the nod for Game of the Year? What do you think needs to happen for that to happen? Because I think that'd be I want it. I think there's a place in gaming for sports games, but at its current state, it is a hecky no. So
I got the answer. So when the angel breaks the seventh seal,
we'll have to wait until we're in heaven. God,
man! So guys, please give me the best 2K and Madden experience ever.
Basketball simulation game experience. but no, in all seriousness, again, I want to hear what people have to say, like what it would take for like there to be an actual good sports game. But that's it. All we have for you this episode for Attack on Culture. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below of any of the topics that we discussed this week. And as always, if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and please comment down below. I cannot say this enough. We want to interact with y'all. We want to have some cool discussions on the YouTube side, man. I've had some good discussions with y'all, man. People used to be like, oh, YouTube comment sections are the worst, but honestly, I've been having some really cool discussions with some of y'all who have chosen to leave responses to the content that we put out. So please don't get discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Comment and I'll respond to you both positively and negatively as so accordingly. And with all that being said, guys, again, thank you so much. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time.